is just like a cloud right now. But yeah, it's, you know, it's the best day of my life. I never once put myself in I never once thought that this was going to happen. I kind of was just up there trying my best, and to be here, it's really incredible. It's crazy.
Nick, what was the best part of the Idol journey?
I think the best part was probably seeing growth in myself as a musician and as a performer. You know, I don't think I was ever pegged as a front runner or anything like that, and I just, I kind of. A lot of people probably think, oh, he's the oldest contestant. You're not going to see any growth. You're going to get what you're going to get. And I think I learned a lot from the show. You know, it took me out of my comfort zone, and what happened towards the end was really cool for me to see. So I think that was my favorite part. Probably.
Scott said that you were going to put you to work. Are you ready for that?
Absolutely, man. I've been grinding at music for over a decade now. I mean, since I was 18, I decided that this is what I wanted to do, and you know, it wasn't an easy thing, you know, and you know, when you start getting like 26, 25, you know, people are like, oh, that's you're a musician, huh? That's what you're gonna do? You went to, you know, and when are you gonna get a real job? And I never gave up. I really just felt like I could do this, you know, I really did, and I'm so. But yeah, I'm ready to work. It's pretty much, you know, they can get me up whenever they want, work me as long as they want. This is what I've always wanted, and to have this happen it's crazy.
How was that feel like a real job? It kind of wasn't a real job. It doesn't feel like a real job now.
No, it still doesn't. It's still, you know, I feel like I'm the luckiest person right now. I feel like I don't know how this is happening to me. You know, I never envisioned anything like this. I was just my whole life I just wanted to, you know, make a career in music, whatever that meant. Whether it was a songwriter, you know, just I wanted to be able to support myself only playing music, and never anything like this. This is beyond words. It's crazy.
How would you say?
How do you see your life moving forward?
I guess I see what I've always wanted to see, which is just playing music. It's what I love to do. It's really all I'm good at. It's what I was born to do, and I'm looking forward to, you know, being on the show was tough for me in terms of, you know, it was hard for me. I wasn't used to playing cover songs, and you know, I've written my own, you know, I've had a lot of albums out with my band, and I was used to connecting to my own songs that I wrote, and so it took me a while to get used to playing other people's music, and, you know, getting used to the cameras, and, you know, sing to the red dot, you know, and all that. I was used to just jamming out to people, and then it was this whole, you know, at the beginning, you could look at me, I was like, you know, trying to find the cameras. It was, you know, I don't even remember what the question is anymore.
At what point did it click that you could win American Idol?
When did it, when I could win? I think when it went to top 3, I said, wow, I guess you have a legitimate shot. You know, it took me, I mean, I was really unhappy with myself from about top 12 down to 8. I just was like, not liking what I was doing as a performer. I would go back and be like, that is not you. My bandmates would call me like, what are you doing, man? Like, why are you look so tight up there, you don't look like yourself. And I came to this realization that I was treating it like a competition. I was worried about other people. I was worried about, can I sing like this person? Oh, I can't hit that note that he's doing. I can't do this what she's doing. And finally, when it was actually the Teenage Dream performance, Katy Perry. It wasn't the best vocal I did, but for some reason I just broke loose, and I was like, and my friends called me like, all right, that looked like you. Now go do your thing, man. Like, wake up. And I think, so that's when I kind of felt like I was moving in the right direction.
How was the confetti moment with your daddy? You talked to me about it last week.
Yeah,
how was that? What did he say, or what did he say?
I don't know. He was crying. He was crying pretty hard. I was surprised by it, and everybody was crying. And I saw them having this big group hug, and I was like, I got to get in there. So I just ran down the stairs and got involved in it.
So obviously you have to get with Bootsy and Scott and kind of develop where you're going to be as an artist. But if they make you more of a solo artist, are you still going to be kind of a band? Will that always be a sign?
Without my band, Beach Avenue is the only reason I'm here. I mean, without them, I'm not here. I live with them. They're my roommates. They're my best friends, and you know, they're as talented as can be. So, regardless of what happens, I mean, I know that I'll be putting out an album as myself, but I'll always need a band. And I think Scott knows the connection I have with, you know, my drummer and my guitar player. So I'm hoping that they'll be able to come along with the journey. They're ready for it. Talent-wise, they're there. They can play, and they're kind of, you know, when I'm with them, I'm so much more comfortable. When we did our when I went home and did the parade, we got to play. We hadn't played in like 6 months, and it just felt like, you know, it felt like home. We killed it. You know, it was so much fun. So I'm really hoping that they can come along on this ride.
What do you think about
Keith Urban said that he identifies with you, and you always say that you really admire him. Did you get to talk to him, like a good conversation?
It was funny. Yesterday I actually snuck in. He was doing his rehearsal, and I snuck through, and they had like, you know, some of the stand-ins were like just on stage, and I snuck in, and you know, because I knew all the words to his new single, and he saw me out there. I think it like stunned him because I was like just jamming out with him, and because I've been a legitimate fan of Keith Urban's for a long time. I've been to a bunch of his concerts, so it took, you know, I think it was cool. At first he wasn't always behind me as a judge. I mean, not that he wasn't behind me, but I think he saw something, and he thought I could do more, you know. He kept saying, man, you don't look comfortable up there, blah, blah, blah. And then towards the end, when he saw that, I think it got him, you know, I think he was happy to see that, and, you know, it was, he's a great dude, and I can't wait to now, because we can't really talk to them much, you know, outside of the show. It's very, what you see on the show is the amount of, you know, time we have with them, so I'm hoping to be able to talk with him, because he's a crazy good musician.
Last question. What is the biggest thing that you gained from the whole Idol experience, other than, you know, a label record?
Right. Oh man, I don't know. There's so many things I could take from this. You know, that's what you try to do when you get here. You put around the best of everything. Everybody is the best at what they do, and you got to just be like a sponge. I've tried to take in. I've tried to just kind of absorb everything that has been thrown at me. It's pretty crazy. You get everybody telling you different things, and I tried to take a little bit of everything, and it's really helped me. I've gained a ton of knowledge about the industry, about music in general, about performing. You know, I'll never be the same musician now. I'm a whole, you know, they up your game here for sure.